What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here, back with another video. And in this one, we are going to be talking and breaking down the New England Patriots complete 2023 official schedule. Now, little disclaimer before we break down each and every single games, we're going to break down my thoughts on these games and just some overall notes and initial thoughts that I have about this Patriots schedule. But I do just want you guys to know this is not going to be my record prediction video. I'm going to be doing this week a way too early New England Patriots record prediction, not my final one, but a way too early one, and then a way too early Patriots 53-man roster projection video. So a lot of good stuff coming out. Make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so that you guys so that you guys do get notified for each and every single video that I do post. And you guys don't wonder, when is Patriots Global going to post some breaking news? Hit that bell notification so that you do get a notification every single time that I do post. But let's hop into today's video, break down this schedule, and let's have some fun. Now, guys, before we do hop into today's video and today's breakdown, I do want to give a big shout out to the sponsors of this channel, FanDuel. Guys, right now, make a fast break to FanDuel during the NBA playoffs. Right now, the Celtics are actually playing against the 76ers, and it looks like they just beat them with a tied record. Celtics playing some good basketball when it matters. Guys, get in with the action with our Celtics right now, because right now, new customers can get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That is $1,000 back in bonus bets if your first bet does not hit. The great thing that I do love about FanDuel, guys, is that each and every single week they have new promotions that they run, whether that's promotions to help you let's say save some money, or a no sweat bet where you can basically place a bet and not worry if that bet doesn't hit. Always great promotions for you guys to make some easy money, some no bet worries. And you only get that with FanDuel. It's also super safe. It's super secure. You can use their website or you can use their mobile app, and you never have to worry about hacks or anything like that. This is the most secure platform with sports betting. And the best part too is that as soon as your bet hits, you get paid out instantly. Guys, there's no better place to bet all of the playoff action than America's #1 sports book. Visit FanDuel.com/Boston. Guys, that /Boston part is very important to get a no sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's FanDuel.com/Boston. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Guys, make sure you are 21 in select states to make sure that you are able to bet. We got to be 21 everywhere, but make sure that your state does allow betting before you guys go ahead and make any bets. So without further ado, though, let's hop into today's video. I actually have a little bit of something I got popped up here for you guys that I decided to make. Actually, I had you guys as of late say, Patriots Global, we love having you on screen, but is there any way that you can make some more graphics for us? It's easier for me to follow along. And I said, of course, guys, channel feedback is so important and it means so much to me. I see things one way, but you guys breaking it down another way for me, or how you guys see things or would like to see things, is always very important. So like I said, I did make a little graphic here. So I want to kind of just start off with some of my initial thoughts before I go down and break down each and every single matchup and opponent that the Patriots have. So first off here, the Patriots have about five, I want to say, primetime games here. Those five primetime games is going to be week 2 against the Miami Dolphins, week 10 against the Colts, which is actually an international game, and week 14 against Pittsburgh, week 15 against Kansas City, and week 16 against the Broncos. A lot of these games, which are actually at home. So if you're a season pass holder or you're somebody who's just local in Boston, there are so many great games that you're able to go to. More importantly, the New England Patriots are going to have to be a better home team this year than they are a road team. And we want them to be great overall, but every single year teams are either better on the road or better at home. And it seems like lately the Patriots have been better on the road. This is the year where the harder opponents will be at home. We have home field advantage. We need to capitalize when playing at home. That's going to be the most important. So if you're a Patriots fan going to Boston and supporting the team at home, make sure you are going absolutely crazy to help this team in every way, shape, or form win these tough games. Now, with about 4 to 5 primetime games that the Patriots have. That's about middle of the pack. And usually that does kind of signify how the NFL does view each team. It doesn't necessarily mean that's how the Patriots will end, but it usually does signify, meaning that this probably is a team that is somewhere between an 8 to 10 win overall team. But again, that's just based off of primetime games and primetime slots. Now, next up, that Matt Patricia home game is officially week 1. Guys, we're talking about Tom Brady returning week 1 against the Philadelphia Eagles for his, return to the Patriots, return to Boston celebration. But if you're a Matt Patricia fan, Matt Patricia returns to New England week 1 after just finally being signed by another team a couple of weeks ago. So that's something that we also have to implement. The real only downside that I'm seeing here to the Patriots' overall schedule, the toughest part that I see about this Patriots schedule is that Monday date, the December 18th to Sunday, December 24th. We go from Kansas City to Denver. I think this is going to be the hardest, 1 to 2 weeks there for the Patriots, just because obviously that's around the holidays, that's around Christmas time. But the New England Patriots are going to have a short week. They really don't have a lot of short weeks, luckily for them. This is going to be that one short week that the team really does have. You could also say that Sunday to Thursday with the Chargers to Pittsburgh, but the shortest week is going to be KC at Denver, not to mention the fact that's going to be 2 primetime games. That's actually going to be 3 primetime games back to back to back between Pittsburgh, Kansas City, and Denver. Those 3 weeks there for the Patriots from week 14 to week 16 is going to be very, very tough for the New England Patriots, just in terms of short weeks and primetime games. Anything can happen with primetime games. So those are kind of my initial thoughts, but now let's break down each and every single game here. So week 1, New England Patriots. This is going to be at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. This is going to be a 4:25 game slot. This is going to be tough for the New England Patriots straight off the bat. And I thought about this and I was like, do I want the Patriots to play the Eagles week 1? Or do I want them to play them later on? Which gives this team the best opportunity to win? And I sat with myself and I said, honestly, the Patriots probably have the best chance at beating the Eagles if it's week 1. Why? Because the team that wins week 1 is going to come down to the team that is most ready, that is prepared most for this game. We know that Bill Belichick is big on preparation, and as long as they stick with the same offensive and defensive scheme this entire offseason, they should be very well equipped for week 1. The Philadelphia Eagles lost their offensive coordinator, their defensive coordinator, their linebackers coach. They lost several key players. They had an excellent draft, but these are also young rookie players, new players coming in here for the Philadelphia Eagles that week 1 are not going to be very well adapted as if, let's say, the Patriots play them mid to late season. So I think ultimately this week 1 game is going to come down to which NFL team is going to be most prepared and most ready. The New England Patriots do get that advantage playing at home, and Tom Brady is going to be back. So hopefully the Patriots can pull this one through, not just to get off to a good start for the season, but also just to bring back Tom Brady the right way. Now, coming up next here against the Miami Dolphins, this is another at-home game. The Patriots are starting at home 2 weeks in a row. There's a downside and an upside to playing Miami at home this early on. One is that, hey, you'll still be adapted to the heat, right? As if you went all the way down to Miami, it's a little bit of a different story. During this time, it's like 100 degrees, and we know how the Patriots do with heat. Not to mention the fact that if we do have them at home early on, we won't have to travel, or excuse me, we don't have to figure out how I'm trying to say this. If the New England Patriots are playing the Miami Dolphins at home early on, then that doesn't mean that we get that advantage later on of the Miami Dolphins coming to New England and us getting that cold advantage. So, like I said, there's a pro, there's a con to both of these, but I think getting Miami home early on is just only going to be more of an advantage for the Patriots to start to try and go potentially 2-0. Moving on here to week 3 against the Jets. This is another one that's going to be up in the air. This is going to be at MetLife. You could say Aaron Rodgers is going to be adapted at this point, but me personally, I just don't see it. I think that the Jets are going to be a much better team. And obviously, playing at MetLife is a very hard place to play at. But I think this is another advantage the Patriots have in the schedule that, hey, you get to play the Jets early on. You don't have to play the Jets, let's say, late in the season at home, which I think is an advantage for the Patriots because I think at week 3, the Jets are still going to be figuring things out with new pieces and Aaron Rodgers within the system. Later on, when you play them and they're more established, you'll get that home field advantage. So I think that this is a good start to the schedule still for the Patriots in terms of playing the Jets. Now here, week 4 against Dallas, this is where the New England Patriots are going to be traveling yet again. They started at home the first 2 weeks. Then the next 2 weeks, they're going to be traveling. Dallas is always an interesting matchup for the Patriots, but they always play Dallas very close. Last time they played Dallas, though, it was at home. They haven't been in Dallas since, I want to say, 2015. So it's been a very long time. I think it's been around 8 years since the Patriots have actually been in Dallas. And Dallas isn't exactly an easy place to play. But again, the New England Patriots, over the last several matchups, have known how to play the Dallas Cowboys. Couple of years ago in 2021, when it was a home game against Dallas, that game went into overtime, and Dallas ends up winning because of blown coverage by Jalen Mills on a route against CeeDee Lamb. So I think this is going to be a good game, a game that the Patriots will definitely be in the bag for, as long as they can contain CeeDee Lamb and they can contain Brandon Cooks. That's a game I'm excited for. Moving on here to week 5, the New England Patriots are back at home, a 1 o'clock game slot against the New Orleans Saints. This is another game the Patriots should be fine. I think the Saints will be a little bit better because obviously they have a new quarterbacks coach in Derek Carr, but I think their head coach situation is not good. I think he only lasts another year or two before they realize that this is not their future. This should be an easy game for the Patriots, but the Patriots do always end up losing one game that they should win. Is this a trap game for the Patriots in which this is a game they should win, but don't? That is going to be the biggest question. Now, the New England Patriots then travel here week 6. Week 6, they are going back to Las Vegas after the Las Vegas ending last year with Jacoby Myers throwing the ball to Chandler Jones and a last-minute touchdown in a game that the Patriots should have won and a game at the very least should have went into overtime. I think that the Patriots are going to be very, very motivated to win this game, and you know that the entire storyline going into this game is what happened in that matchup in 2022. Patriots cannot let history repeat itself. I think, obviously Josh McDaniels knows this system, but at the same time too, the Patriots know Josh McDaniels and they know him very, very well. And I do think that, again, if the Patriots offense was even slightly better in that matchup last year, the Patriots comfortably win that game. With a much better offense and a defense that will be similar, if not better, I'm comfortable in the Patriots with this game just because I don't think Josh McDaniels takes that massive leap next year. Now, next up here against Buffalo, this is going to be versus. This is going to be at home. It's always tough against Buffalo, but I think the Patriots finally have an outside perimeter cornerback in Christian Gonzalez that will actually be able to comfortably match up against somebody like Stephon Diggs. And I think that by week 7, Christian Gonzalez should be a little bit more adapted to the NFL, and especially with some of the wide receivers that he's already going to have to go up against. Week 1 is going to be hard for him, whether he's going up against A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith. So he'll already have some competition and some NFL competition that he's already had to go up against. So Stephon Diggs shouldn't be anything new or crazy for somebody like Christian Gonzalez if they do decide to put him on Stephon Diggs. I think that the Patriots likely win at home against the Bills and then lose against the Bills later on when they play at Buffalo. So again, Patriots at least need to pop out one win here against Buffalo, at least, because these East standings, these AFC East games, these in-division games for the Patriots are going to be so vital to win if they want to make a playoff spot. The Jets are a team that should make the playoffs. The Bills are a team that should make the playoffs. The Dolphins are a team that should make the playoffs. The Patriots are honestly the 4th best team if you look at them on paper in the AFC East. They need to win as much in-division matchups as they possibly can to rank higher and make it into the playoffs. heading here into week 8, the New England Patriots now travel to Miami. I think that yet again, they're going to split with Miami. They're going to win one and they're going to lose one. We talked about that matchup though. So let's move on here to week 9. They're back at home. This is against Washington. This is a game that the Patriots should win. I believe Sam Howell right now is their starting quarterback. I'm not scared at all. I think rolling with Sam Howell is going to prove to bite them in the butt. I think that Washington is a team that can beat some really good teams, but then lose to some teams that they should definitely win against. So they're one of those teams you can never truly predict, but I do feel comfortable at home. The Patriots should 100% be able to beat Washington, especially with their defensive line that I do think has taken a step back since last time the Patriots faced them. Moving on here into week 10, this is going to be versus Indianapolis. You see that says versus, but that is not an at-home game. This is an international game. It's going to be played at 9:30 in the morning. So everybody's going to be getting up very early for that one. This is a game that I think, no team's going to have an advantage over the other. The question mark is going to be, who are they playing at this time? Are they playing Gardner Minshew or are they going to be playing Anthony Richardson? That's going to be my biggest question. I think that they have a better chance winning with Gardner Minshew than they do with Anthony Richardson because the Patriots are so good at confusing young quarterbacks. The Patriots never, ever, ever lose, very, very rarely, against year one rookie quarterbacks. I don't even care if it's Anthony Richardson and how good he is, how mobile he is, and how effective he is in every phase of the game. He's still a rookie, and the Patriots will throw things at him that he hasn't seen, especially if he's not going to start the season. So I am still pretty comfortable with the Patriots winning that game. The New England Patriots week 11 then head into their bye week. I think that yet again, they get a perfect spot for that bye week. They have a couple of tough games there at the end, especially with a international game there right at the end. But you're essentially getting off, your last game's the 12th. Next time you have to play is the 26th. So you get a good portion off to kind of have to end the start of the season on a high note, especially with, like I said in the beginning of this video, that kind of a long stretch from weeks 14 to 16. But after that bye week, we come out here and we are back on the road. We are going to New York, back to MetLife for the third time this season, or what will be the third time this season. And we are playing the New York Giants. This is another game where, Brian Daboll, he knows the Patriots system, but it's evolved since then. It's different since then. I think that this is going to be a really fun game, but at the same time, I think the Giants are very beatable. They've taken a big step forward in 2022 compared to past years, but they're still not a good team. We saw that in the playoffs. They got whooped. They're like the Patriots, right? They're a good team that is just almost there, but they haven't figured it out enough yet to make it to the playoffs and do some real damage. So I think this is going to be a really good game, but I am still confident in the Patriots' ability to pull this one out. Moving on to week 13, they were going to be playing the Chargers, and this is going to be an at-home game. Patriots have played the Chargers how many times the last few years, and it's never, ever went the Chargers' way. Whether it's Justin Herbert at quarterback or whether it's another guy, they're never able to win. Whether it's a home game for the Chargers or it's an away game for the Chargers, they can never win. And I hear people saying, this is the year that Herbert's going to beat the Patriots. And I feel like I heard the same thing last year, and they still didn't. What is Herbert doing different this year? What is the difference between Herbert playing the Patriots his first time to Herbert playing the Patriots his second time? I personally didn't see anything. I think this is the third year in a row now that we're playing the Chargers in the regular season. And I think the Patriots just have the Chargers number. I think their head coach is a little suspect, and I'm confident the Patriots pulling another one out at home. Moving on here, though, to week 14. This is going to be at Pittsburgh, and this is where it starts for the Patriots. This is where those 3 weeks start to come into play that are going to be tough for them. But this one at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a great team. Mike Tomlin at head coach always figures things out in those toughest moments. I still think their quarterback position, their quarterback situation is suspect. I'm not as high on their starting quarterback and their quarterback situation as I think some people are. They're a good team that had a really good draft and they addressed positions of need, but I'm still confident in the Patriots to win because the Patriots 8 out of 10 times, maybe even 9 out of 10 times, know how to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers and always have their number, even when playing them on their home field like they did last year and absolutely obliterated them. So I'm pretty confident in this one. But then the New England Patriots go for their second primetime game. They go from a Thursday game to a Monday game versus Kansas City. And the Patriots will have a little bit more time of preparation, right? They'll have about 11 days from Pittsburgh to Kansas City, but this is going to be another primetime game. And like I said, interesting things can happen during primetime games, but maybe that works out in the Patriots' favor here, right? Everybody's going to say the Kansas City Chiefs win this game. So maybe because it's a primetime game and weird things happen, this is a game where the Patriots comfortably come out. But I'm actually really excited for this Kansas City Chiefs game. At home is only going to help the Patriots. They're easily one of the most dynamic teams, but Bill Belichick knows how to play against Patrick Mahomes. You look at 2020, which was the last time that the Patriots and Chiefs played. The Patriots went into halftime with the Chiefs only having, I think, 3 or 7 points up on the board with Pat Mahomes in the first half. They know how to play Pat Mahomes. Belichick, from a defensive standpoint, knows how to limit the Chiefs, knows how to limit Patrick Mahomes. If the Patriots offense can get out early, I feel very confident that they could actually pull out a surprising win against the Kansas City Chiefs. If the Patriots had a real quarterback in that game and weren't going between Brian Hoyer and Jarrett Stidham back in 2020, they very well could have won that game. So I think that this could be a game where people will undervalue the Patriots and they come out with a dub. Moving on here, though, to week 16, the New England Patriots are going to be at Denver. And that's the other thing about these 3 weeks. You're on the road for Pittsburgh, you're back at home with the Chiefs, but then you're back on the road at Denver. I think this is going to be tough for the New England Patriots. It's going to be a short week. And the question mark for this game to me is going to be, is Russ cooking? If Russell Wilson actually takes that leap forward and that offensive line that the Broncos worked on so hard this offseason is actually able to keep him protected, then I think that the Denver Broncos are actually a good team that will give the Patriots a problem. And this could actually be one of those weeks where it's just too much for the Patriots and they get their doors absolutely blown off by Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. But if the Broncos are continuing to struggle like they did last year, they continue to have a decent defense, but an offense that's just suspect, and Russell Wilson isn't the quarterback that we thought he always was with the Seahawks, then it should be a win for the New England Patriots. But then the following week, it doesn't get any easier for the New England Patriots at week 17 because they are back on the road at Buffalo. I had them winning earlier on, like I told you guys. And I'm not doing record predictions here, but if you're watching this video, you get a little bit of an insight. This isn't going to be an easy game for the Patriots after their last 3 weeks at Buffalo on the road at the end of the season. And I do think, too, with how the AFC East is going to pan out, this is going to be an important game for the Patriots, and it's also going to be an important game for Buffalo. And ultimately, I think the Patriots are going to struggle in this one. And then the final week, the New England Patriots are back with another in-division opponent, the New York Jets. But we are at home for the New York Jets. That is one advantage the Patriots have. And the Patriots have beaten the Jets 13 straight times. They don't know how to beat the Patriots. And maybe even after getting Aaron Rodgers, the Patriots will still have the Jets' numbers. Like I said, earlier on in the season, week 3, when we played the Jets, I said that, the Patriots are playing them at MetLife, but I don't think the Jets will have it together by week 3. I think we'll have it much more together in the final week of the season, heading into a potential playoff berth. Maybe they're resting some of their starters. Maybe they're not because they're facing an in-division opponent in the New England Patriots, and it's a very important game. But either way, the New England Patriots getting this game at home does still bode well for them for blowing out the Jets twice again and trying to make this, 15 straight wins against the Jets. So these are my thoughts ultimately on the Patriots season. I'm not going to tell you my win-loss predictions just yet, but this is a team that's probably poised for a 7 to 10 win game season. Where in there do I have the Patriots line? You'll just have to wait this week for my Patriots way too early record prediction. But guys, I want to know your thoughts about this Patriots schedule. What games scare you? And ultimately, what do you think about each game? And what is your way too early record prediction for the New England Patriots? Before I start mine, I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. So let me know in the comment section below. And remember to leave a big like on this video. Subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. But never forget, guys,